What is going on, everybody? How's it going? And welcome back. All right, so got a deal here that I mentioned in some previous videos really wasn't worth it. And to be honest, I actually forgot to grab one of the items to get the free item. So um, this is the second time I'm recording this video because I just went to go put the location on TikTok and it randomly opened a video and the video's gone. So I guess TikTok doesn't save things like they used to. Anyways, so there's no drafts, I guess, anymore. I actually have to click, it's right before I got to the, terms thing. Anyways, so we have right here is the Milwaukee M18 14-inch top handle chainsaw. And what I have over there is the M12 6-inch hatchet and the M18 8-inch hatchet chainsaws. And this is a case for the 12-inch and the 14-inch top handle. Now, the 12-inch is not on sale. The 12-inch is $339 for the saw, bare tool, and Home Depot, Acme Tools, and Ohio Power Tools are all selling this 14-inch bare tool for $299. They're also all doing this deal. So right here is the 14-inch top handle, $299. It is SKU 1014787 and that is this saw. If you want, you could also go into Home Depot and say you want the Milwaukee M18 top handle chainsaw, or you can state 2826-20. That's the part number for this saw. Either way, you should be able to get help to pick that up. Now, when you buy a bare tool, this bare top handle chainsaw for $299, the reason I told you guys in previous videos it really wasn't worth it. You're paying, $299 and you're getting a free 14-inch chain. The chain is 1008168468468. And the chain, it's just an extra chain is what they're giving you for free. I wouldn't classify it as an amazing deal, but when I went and purchased this saw, I purchased it on a kind of a whim. I just went to the store. I was measuring all the wood. I have had an entire tree was cut down. It was dropped off in my yard because the tree was actually across the street at the neighbor's. And the neighbor was having the pine tree cut down. So I requested for all the wood from the tree, and the arborist that was cutting it down, the company that was cutting it down, said, "Oh yeah, that makes our life easy. We don't have to dispose of it." So they just dumped it all in their truck. You literally drove, 100 feet, backed into my yard, dumped it in my yard. So that tree's been sitting in the yard in, large pieces, from, the big giant stump pieces and the base pieces all the way to the limb pieces, for, 6+ years now. So it's nice and cured. I need to start breaking it down so I can use it for firewood. So I picked this guy up on a whim, and this saw cost me $320. I forgot to ask to get a chain, so I didn't get the free chain. So the reason I'm doing this video is, even if it's not a great deal, you're only saving 29 bucks, grab the chain anyways. If you need the saw, even if it's a bare tool, if you need the saw, just grab the chain. This deal that's going on, this is up. It started, the display went up on November 3rd, 2025. And it's being taken down February 1st, 2026. Sorry about that. So November 3rd to February 1st. I don't know why I keep wanting to say December. Probably because it's the next month. So November 3rd, 25 to February 1st, 2026. Just grab the chain. You'll get it for free. The previous videos I showed, there's a couple deals. In my personal opinion, the best deals in this whole flyer are actually the Forge deals over here. I did pick up the SKU number 10121979969, which is the $349. It is a dual supercharger with a 8 amp hour Forge battery, and you get a free forge. I did pick up one of those deals. And then the $2.99 SKU, which is the 1014239257, that is a 12 amp hour forge with a rapid single rapid charger with the 12 volt charge port as well. And you get that 12 and that charger, and you get a free 8 amp hour XC battery, forge battery. I picked up 2 of those. So it ended up being, $2.99 times 2. I ended up getting, it was like $480 worth of savings because I got the 2 batteries for free. So I ended up with this guy, I ended up with 2 XC 8.0s. So this one plus a free one, that's 2. And then I got the 2 free XC 8.0s when I bought these kits. So I ended up with 4 XC 8.0 batteries, forge batteries, and 2 12s. So that's a pretty great deal. This one right here is the 16-inch chainsaw. It's $4.99. That's a pretty good deal. It's 1003-211-689. But keep in mind, Milwaukee just released a dual battery 20-inch chainsaw. So this is a 16. Milwaukee did release a 20-inch chainsaw. It comes with 2 12 amp hour forges. And I think it's a dual rapid charger or a supercharger. I can't remember. But that saw is $8.99. So it is $400 more than this saw. But if you do need a 16-inch handled chainsaw, go for it. I have the DeWalt FlexVolt 20-inch chainsaw right there on the bottom. And then I have the 40-volt Ryobi 20-inch chainsaw right there on the top. So this one up here. So I really don't need the Milwaukee, but that's not a bad deal if you just need a 16-inch chainsaw. That's not a bad deal at all. There's that. What else I wanted to show you? Those are just sitting there for display purposes. Now, this case, I do want to show you this case. This case is part number 49, 16, 27, 46. This case was $89, and it came out to $96 after tax. Now, you can buy this chainsaw, bare tool, with this case for $346. That's another great deal if you just buy it online. It does not give you the option to get the chain, though, for free. That technically, the way I bought this setup, it was actually like $39 more expensive the way I bought it, because I bought this chainsaw bare tool, which was $320, and then this came out to $96. So the difference is about $39, $40, where you can physically buy this. If you buy it together, you get it for about $39, $40 cheaper. But one thing I want to show you, though, if you do buy this case, keep in mind you cannot put a Forge 12 here. And I'll show you. So this is a high output 12. It fits here perfectly fine. No issues. It fits on the back right here perfectly fine. Same with the sides. But a Forge 12, this is a Forge 12. This battery is slightly wider, so it doesn't want to sit in properly. It actually just wants to lean, and if you do stand it up, it does not actually sit all the way in the slot. So it doesn't sit all the way down. So that's the only issue with the Forge with this case. This case was specifically built to hold the 12 amp hour high output, and you can see the 12 amp hour high output sits flush, and it sits all the way down. But you can close these notches up here, touch the top of the battery. So if this case rolls over in your bed of your truck or something while it's latched, you don't have to worry about your batteries flying everywhere. This case will close with a battery. This is an 8 amp hour Forge. It will close with the 12 amp hour Forge or the 12 amp hour high output. This little pad here physically sits on top of the battery. I can just show you guys that. See, you can see it closing on top of it there. So, I just wanted to give you guys that information. This will hold 3 12 amp hour batteries. You could put two 12 amp hour Forges and then a high output 12. I do hope the video is helpful, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.